We have continuing coverage for you this morning. Storms ripping through the state overnight. 2 News meteorologist George Flickinger is here this morning for us. He was in the thick of all the storms. You're very skilled at doing this, George. Not something everybody should do. Sometimes you were within 100 yards of those storms.
It was a very stormy day out there, and we ended up seeing 5 tornadoes on our chase out in western Oklahoma yesterday. And kind of what we're going to do right now, we're going to show you some of the pictures.
Okay.
We ended up chasing that same storm which produced the fatalities in the Woodward area. We did not see that specific tornado. We were trying to keep ourselves safe and reorient. But what we did is that we are ready for the next tornado, and we're going to show you some of the pictures now. This is a picture of one of the tornadoes, and one of the things I want you to notice here, we are south of the storm and we are looking to the north.
Okay.
Look at the power lines on the left-hand side of the road.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That was a very strong west wind, what we call a rear flank downdraft, which is a strong west wind which can feed into the tornado, which is on the south side of the tornado. That tornado was on the ground for about 20 minutes. Let's take a look at the next picture coming up. And in the next picture, that's me, and I'm actually taking a picture of 2 tornadoes. Kind of just above my hand, you can see one tornado, which is in the dissipating stage. The other tornado on the left side, that was a new tornado forming, and they were heading toward us in this view. We're about 2 miles away from the tornadoes. Now, we were able to tell that we were in a safe place. Let's go to the next picture, and you're going to see the tornado getting closer. At this range, we can see the tornado moving to our left, and when you can actually see a tornado moving, it's generally not headed toward you. You know, if you actually see the tornado, it appears to not be moving, that probably means it's headed toward you. In this view, the tornado is about 100 yards away, and right here is where the tornado hit a barn, and those are pieces of the barn. We're about 100 yards away. Now let's go over to the weather computer. Again, we were tracking 2 tornadoes. This is video. This is east of Alva, Oklahoma, and I just took this video with my iPhone. And that's what happens, a barn, which isn't that well made, what happens when a tornado hits it.
And you said, as you mentioned just a few minutes ago, that this is not the same tornado that produced fatalities in that area. But in your experience, would you say that these are equally as strong of tornadoes? They
can be. This storm ended up producing strong tornadoes. In fact, this is the same storm that later went up to Wichita, Kansas. So what we had here, and this is typical on your big severe weather days in which you have one storm which produces a whole bunch of tornadoes. And by the end of the day, we saw 5 tornadoes from this one storm alone. By the end of the day, this one storm may have produced about 15 to 20 tornadoes.
Well, as somebody who does not do any storm chasing, when I watched that video and heard your voice and the calmness in your voice, amazing that you do that, and thank you so much for getting that video for us.
And I do want to point out, we're never going to put ourselves in danger, even though it may look like we're very close to the tornadoes. We're out there so that you at home know what's going on, and we can send you those pictures.
And so you can see just how damaging and deadly that they can really be. All right, thank you so much, George.